How's it going, guys?
You came to Nebraska. Do you think you'd be a black shirt?
No, never ever. It's kind of funny because at first I kind of knew a little bit about the black shirt just because I was walking around close to like the football's locker room, but I never thought like ever that I would get one of these. So it's an honor for me.
What did that mean to you?
I mean, it means a lot. It means like, I think I'm like the first. Me and Juan are the first like athletes ever out of football to get like a black shirt. So it's an honor to be the first one. I actually be the first one, but to be like uh, kind of having the AD showing love to us and appreciating what we do for the team and appreciating the fact that we are Oscars now. It means a lot. It means that we're doing the right things. We're doing what we're supposed to do, and we getting the benefit for it. And we still like it's still early, but to know that people really are looking at us and noticing that we put so much work into like what we're doing right now, it's really great.
What went through your mind when you two got called into the AD's office?
I was a little scared. I mean, usually, usually when you get called up to go see the AD, it's not necessarily a good thing. I mean, in my book, it's never either is to talk about like I don't know, entering the transfer portal or something that you did. Now you gotta get like a penalty for something, a suspension, whatever. It's never, I don't know. I was just like, well, either he wants to really congratulate us about the win or maybe we did something.
You're a two-way player. You're very capable of scoring. You're also a tremendous defensive player.
Thank you.
What do you look at when you take on the challenge of the opposing team's top players? You did a wonderful job on them, Art, and you're embracing that role. How do you feel about that?
I mean, it's funny because to me, I mean, our families, with my big brother playing professional basketball, he was a great defensive player. And it's funny, but also for my sister they played volleyball, they were a great defensive player. So for us, we get pride of like protecting what's ours. And for me, from Canada, I always had to prove myself. I always had to like show up in games or show in the AU games, show up whenever I had to come and play in the United States and get prospects and stuff like that. So for me, I take it as like, I'll take whoever is the best player to them, and I'm a two-way. So, well, I make it really hard on the other hand for him to score, and I'll get on the other hand and score for him. This is so demoralizing for any players, and I take pride of like doing that, and I take pride of like taking the head of the snake of any team and releasing that pressure so I can trust my teammate to do whatever is possible for them to, do what's best and do what's best for the team and do work to their strengths. So now they don't have to worry about, there's one less player that they have to worry about on the court, and I'm just taking that off for them.
One other quick question. As you approach Big Ten play now, what is the team approach in looking at your home and away games so that you can figure out how to navigate and move up in your rankings of where you've been in the past? What's your approach as a team for that as you're viewing it?
I mean, coming from a winning program at SMU, the main things for us were taking care of business at home, protecting the home court. That's always huge. Whenever it comes to your court, you got to protect your home court, take that advantage, and every time they step on that court, whoever, if it's a ranked team, not ranked team, it doesn't matter. It's always been something in college basketball that if you protect your home court, you put the league on, you put the conference on notice. And now, on the road, it's kind of the same approach. You don't want to lose, and you don't want to lose any. Nobody wants to go in the game and think about, okay, we're gonna lose this, or lose some. But get into it like being in the playing away. It's a totally different aspect of the game. It's like it's a home court advantage for them. But if you can get a couple of them and get some wins, that's where you're like, okay, they're taking care of business at home, and now they getting some away. So now really getting into conference play, when you do the math, there's a lot of wins in that column, and there's a way less L's in the other column. So
This is a really tough stretch for y'all. At Creighton, at Indiana, home against Purdue, three really, really good teams. What does the win over Creighton do for your confidence moving forward into this pretty tough week?
It's a huge booster for us. It means that what we've been working on is working, That's one thing, that our defense is being more consistent, that we're working hard, that we're consistently for 40 minutes, and that, you know, the little mistakes that we used to do earlier, I don't know, maybe earlier against playing Chaldron and all those teams that we played earlier during the season, now we're seeing a complete really a progression, and then we only like what, 8 games, what, 8 games in, and to see that in the span of 8 games, we still like, you know, working really hard to like what we want to be. It's just great. But you know, we don't want to get too ahead of ourselves with that win and be fat and happy. You don't want to be fat and happy. You want to, you know, keep working every day, keep bringing, you know, the energy every time. It's great for us. We want to use that momentum to go into the next game, but we understand that, you know, it has to be a standard. We cannot just go with one win and then lose the next 10 games. We actually got to set the standard of like, you know, we got this one, it's a good one, but let's move on and get that next one. It's all about the next one.
The way you guys have controlled the paint and the boards here these last 5-6 games, how big has that been for you guys?
It's been huge, you know, just to be able to protect the paint, you know, handle the paint with Derek in there, with Blaze in there that's doing the work, with Jawan, you know, getting the rebounds, even me and San Griso getting in there, getting rebounds and making sure that nobody really gets any layups or any dunks on our hand. You know, that's huge because, you know, that's the most easy way. It's the easiest way to, like, you know, get in the game. It's like getting a layup, getting a rebound. Those are like really stuff that, you know, that break teams down. And for us to, you know, take care of that and actually like going against like really good teams that, you know, get their energy from that, it's huge. You know, it's huge to just, you know, okay, it's gonna be a hard one. Y'all gonna have to beat us some other ways. So for us to be able to do that consistently, just shows that what we've been working on all summer, all fall, is working still. So.
And then heading into tomorrow night, what do you guys know about Indiana?
Really physical. I think their defensive rating is really good. As I looked, I think they were like ranked 20th in the whole nation. So they are really physical. They chase everything. They don't chase guys around. They will foul. They will hack. All of that. Not necessarily getting the call for a foul or whatever, but it's all about, you know, playing through contact, and especially in that paint. You know, they got one of the best player maybe in the nation in there, you know, and it's all about, like I said earlier, if we can control the paint and make sure that he gets everything hard, I mean, you know, we do our job. But really physical, a good team, well coached, you know, they got really good sets, and they play outside, inside, outside, so they're a really good team.
Anything else for Emmanuel? Thank you guys.
Thank you guys, appreciate y'all.